For the first part of this facade design, I guess exercise we'll call it, or module, we're going to do a standard Revit texture of tiling. But most importantly, we're going to look at the way we align windows within that kind of a facade. So let's go ahead and get started right away. I'm going to go to File and open up a new project, obviously in the architectural template. And we'll go ahead and start drawing a piece of wall right away. I'll use a generic wall. It's unconnected up to 20 feet. And I'll make it, let's say, 40 feet long. And we'll go ahead right away and give it a view. And I'll just adjust the crop boxes here so we can see the full extent of the wall. And now let's go ahead and start creating a texture for the wall. So I'm going to go to Edit Type. I'm going to duplicate this, and we'll call it Panel Wall. And we'll go into Edit It so that we can get to the structure where the texture is added. And we're going to go ahead and create a new texture, or a new material as Autodesk refers to it. I'm going to go ahead and rename this Panel 1, I'll just call it. And we're going to go ahead now and edit that. We're going to go to our tiling, and right away we'll make some quick adjustments to this. So we want it to be, I'm going to just do it, I guess it'll be easier if I just put these numbers in. I'm going to make it a 1x4, so it's a 1 foot high panel by it's going to be a 5 foot wide panel. Right now it's saying 1 foot by 1 foot. I'm going to go down here and adjust the overall size of the panel by going down to the scale size. And so it's behind my head here, so let me move this over. So the, and I see this has a 1/4 inch here. I don't know if I did that by accident. I'm just going to put a 0 in here right away. That's just the offset of the pattern. So excuse me for that. The sample size we're going to make 5 feet wide. And, oops, that came in as 5 inches, so let's do 60. I'm going to unlock this so that we get a different aspect ratio. And I'm going to make the overall sample size, instead of being 5 feet, I'm going to make it 4 feet. Okay, so now if we just take a minute to look up at the tile, putting these numbers in this way has given us a tile that's going to be 5 feet wide. It's kind of the module of a curtain wall system. And then since this is saying 4 feet for 4 of these, which is the count that I set up for this, we're going to get 1 foot high tiles. So we want to do a few more things to this. I'm going to give it a tile color. I'm going to make these dark. I think that's just kind of a rich look to this project, but it can be actually any color you want. Actually, that's probably a little too dark. So let me just back off on this a little bit. And we want a grout. The grout is the material between. And I really want this to be as rich as possible. So I'm going to click on that, and I'm just going to pull that all the way to black. Now, just a tip, what I found is that in the grouting, that it is better if we have a little narrower horizontal joint, and just because we really want them to be equal, but they just don't appear that way unless I do that reset of that texture that way. There's a few other things that we could do, and that is to kind of randomize the color variants, but I'm going to leave that off for now. We'll just leave them plain, but that is a place where you could get a little bit of, I guess, visual interest in your tile. So I'm going to click OK for all of that, and we'll see how that all looks. We'll go ahead now, and we will render that in a realistic mode. And now we have a tiled wall system. And you'll see when we zoom in here, you see this actually the horizontal column is a little narrow towards the other one. So I might see this is a little disturbing because it isn't always continuous all the way across. So I might make adjustments to that. You can also, to get it to look more even or pleasant to you. But I will now leave this part of the clip, and the next thing we'll pick up with is the idea of placing a window system within this grid.